Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning. Next I have is the approval of the agenda.
I will make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Next is the approval of the minutes of September 14th.
I will make a motion to approve the minutes for the 14th.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. Next is approval of claims for payment totaling $158,989.88.
I'll make a motion to approve this week's claims for payment.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. I have 10:02, and I will go ahead and open the public hearing on the animal feeding operation construction permit, done site section 35 of Walden Township. Kent, you want to talk about her?
Yeah, so this site is actually a site that I own personally as Alpine LLC. So anyway, it's a site that was originally built in 1993 on one of our farms, and we're, since the Seaboard purchase of Christensen, they looking for additional spaces, so we're going to take the spaces up to a 7,499 head site and add one building to that facility. The field around the site, we've still got acres and capacity to utilize the manure, so that's why we're looking at expanding it. By the way, I'll introduce Parker, is my son. I don't know if you guys know him, but
Don't know you, Parker.
No.
I've never seen you before.
He thought maybe he should come down today, make sure I don't mess anything up. So if you've got hard questions for him, go for it. So anyway, taking the site up, application field is right around the site. Site will produce, I think, 1,700,000 gallons of manure. Just the field around it holds about 4.4, so again, plenty of capacity to utilize the manures. The master matrix is a little unique because of the original construction date. So we fall back to the original separation distances, which on that site, minimum distance to neighbors is 1,000 feet, public use areas is 1,875. We're well in excess of that. Neighbors both to the north and to the south are right at a half a mile. So we've got good separation distance, even by today's standards. So anyway, the matrix scoring, as you go through that, we have 480 of the 440 required points, pretty much purely on placement and those extra distances that we have with that. So I guess any specific questions, I'll sure.
You asked for a waiver from the county for the 75 foot from the road right away.
We did. Original construction, there wasn't that 100-foot setback that DNR had given the counties, I think in 2002. So these were originally built at 75-foot setback, and then it's got what I call a horseshoe driveway, so it's got two entrances, an in and an out, and those buildings load at a 90-degree angle, so there's plenty of room for trucks staging. It's got room for 4 or 5 semis staged on the site. But anyway, I guess our preference would be to line those fronts of those buildings up with the existing buildings, just to make the loading chutes and everything work right. So.
And Don, you've talked to the Board of Adjustments.
Board of Adjustments all agree. I had 4 out of 5 for agreement on it.
And the fifth one,
And so I'll just draft up a letter showing that the Board of Adjustments has approved the waiver so that he can just build it so it's in line with the other 3 buildings, existing buildings. So everything qualifies pretty good, so there's no problem.
From the engineer's standpoint of roads, is that an issue?
It sets back far enough from them, shouldn't cause any problem for snow build up there. So
What side of the road are they on?
down on the west side. It's a north-south road. E Avenue.
You'll already have 3 right now. This just makes it
The
4.
more you add.
I know. Any questions, concerns from your side?
I guess nothing right now because I don't know the situation there.
Here, I'll
That-
show
We're
you.
talking with the blade man or whatever and seeing what it does already.
That part of the
Here's
road,
the existing site, and they're
yeah.
gonna put a hog building right here. So, and this is E Avenue, so.
Okay. That part of the road stays pretty clear. The tougher part of that road is just to the north of it. Kind of right at the old Kimbellic acreage there, halfway between Bob Itis's and the site. There's a pretty good drift in there.
View of it.
And then as you go south, as you go past the old Fiscus farm or heading up to the blacktop, there's one past there, about another. But otherwise, that particular part of the road stays pretty open for, I would say the buildings bank the snow up pretty good for you in the site.
Okay.
And then there's trees, there's
Back here, you got
poplars,
trees.
trees
Okay.
there all along the west side, so. Yeah, that part of the road's actually pretty decent, from a snow perspective.
You own all the ground around?
We do,
Okay.
yeah.
And that's under, is that under Kraus or is that Alpine too?
It's under, I have a personal LLC called Alpine, but, and then I own the farm ground around that 40 acres. Back when that was originally built, there was some discussion around 40-acre parcels. It's been a while back, I don't recall all the detail to that, but anyway, that's why there was an LLC created there. Yeah.
And I'm not saying that, and I don't know the situation, but a lot of times we have a problem with people pushing the snow and then they push it in the right of way.
Sure.
So as long as you got enough room to keep it on your side of the fence, then.
Yeah, and what, we generally push to the north and to the south past into the cornfield.
This is actually open here a little bit, so they can probably.
Okay.
they probably-
Yeah.
We have
That way.
bigger dozer blades on the tractors,
Okay.
kind of stockpiled there to the north and south, depending on
Sounds good then.
how it's coming. So,
I don't have any other questions, do you guys? It's a public hearing, so if any public has any questions. Well, hearing no public questions, I'll go ahead and close the public hearing. And now I could look at the recommendation on the animal feeding operation construction permit done site section 35 of Alden Township. And I would also add with that 75, if you would like to, with that 75-foot,
Yeah,
I'm just talking
I
about
haven't put it out. on
that
paper.
75-foot from the right of way.
I've only talked to one person.
That's part of it.
We're using one already.
At the end of one, number 1. Guess I would move to approve the recommendation on the animal feeding operation construction permit, the Dunn site in section 35 of Alden. Also acknowledging the waiver to put the new building in line with the other 3 buildings that already sit there, which are 75 feet from the roadway rather than 100 feet from the roadway.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Good seeing you, Parker.
Yeah, hopefully again soon.
Next I have is change of status in the environmental health.
I'll make a motion to approve the change of status for environmental health position, environmental health specialist, Jessica Mile, $31,000 annually. This is a hire, full-time, and she starts today.
I will second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Welcome on board.
Any more? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Next is the approval of the Wellness Immunization Clinic.
I don't have my paperwork with me.
I'll make a motion to approve the Wellness Immunization Clinic.
I will second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Next I have our 2 change of statuses for the sheriff's office. Unless you have more.
No, I have 2. I will make a motion to approve the change of status for Michael Pierce. It is a promotion to jail sergeant, full-time at $19.89 an hour, effective September 17th, 2016.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
And,
Okay, go ahead.
oh, and there's a second one, and it is for hiring of permanent part-time help, John Lipman, at $16.82 an hour, effective September 21st, 2016.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. I got 2 minutes before I can open the next public hearing. Why don't I skip down to number 13, which is a resolution authorizing the financial support of contract between Iowa Falls Economic Development and McClure Engineering.
And I will make a motion to approve the resolution authorizing financial support of contract between the Iowa Falls Economic Development and McClure Engineering.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Cindy, would you like to talk on
Do you want me to
that?
explain a little bit?
Yeah.
With our rail port, as you know, we've applied for Tiger grants the last 2 years. We have not been successful in that. We feel like we really need to continue to move forward with construction. And of course, the question between all parties has been, how do we pay for that? And we do have public-private partnership in the works where we have companies interested in fronting the money up front, but then we would need to figure out, okay, how do we repay that back through revenues of the park, through TIF, that type of thing. So our agency has contracted with McClure Engineering. They have done this process for numerous cities and counties where they sit down and they help as a third-party firm to help the city and the county and our agency work through all of the mechanisms of potential funding for this project. So what we are looking at is our agency will pick up $6,000 of that cost with the remainder split between the city and the county. So this resolution indicates that you would support it $2,940, and it would be paid out of WASP, which has been approved by the voters to be used for economic development. And it's my understanding there is enough funds in that account to help pay for this.
Understand everything that you have here and what you said. Are we going to apply for Tiger Grant again?
There's been some talk of it. I know that Jody is interested in trying one more time. We're going to see where we're at the point that the new year comes around. How the election turns out is going to indicate what they are going to do as far as the parameters of Tiger Grant. It has been approved, the program, for one more year, but depending on who is elected and how the administration is, it could kind of change the focus. So we need to wait and see. But I think in the meantime, we need to continue to push forward as if we're not going to get that. And hopefully, you know, if we would apply and get some funds, it would at least help out in the payment of that. Every month that we continue to delay it, it's just a little more chance of missing out on opportunities for companies to locate there. So it's critical that we continue to move forward.
Sleeping in an airport, and you'd want to give one more crack at it for the Tiger Grant, but yeah, understand where you're at.
Any more discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Ron,
Aye.
Renee,
Aye.
Lance.
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion carries. Now I have 10, I'm past 10:15, so I can go ahead and open the public hearing on the animal feeding operation construction permit, Owasso Site, Section 15 of Jackson Township. Don, would you want to?
The site, as far as the matrix goes, everything qualifies the new building. But we're back to another issue with drainage tile. The new building's going to the south of the original buildings, and there is drainage tile that comes through that area and has an outlet where, I guess where they moved the outlet maybe. And so they're gonna have to probably move the tile again before it gets approved. So I haven't got a report all made up yet, but I'll get that this week. So I don't know if you want to table this for the time being.
And Lee Galantine, drainage engineer, is looking into the situation.
As far as I know, they are. I told them it probably wouldn't get approved until something is set down of what they're gonna do with the tile. So I would imagine they'll be contacting the county and the drainage clerk, so they can move that tile. And they're gonna probably have a little bit more tile to move than they did before, so.
In the public hearing, is there any other comments from the public on this? Hearing no other comments from the public, I will go ahead and close the public hearing. And the recommendation on the animal feeding operation construction permit, Owasso Site, Section 15 of Jackson Township, suggested to be tabled by Dawn.
I would make a motion to table this until further information is received regarding the drainage.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. Next I have our utility permits. I have one here.
One or two? Oh, they're the same. All right, so we got one. I will make the motion to approve the Iowa DOT utility permit application by Interstate Power and Light Company, Lion Energy, for the purpose of constructing new overhead electric line along US Highway 65 north of Iowa Falls, located in Section 7, Hardin Township.
I will second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Secondary roads. You got anything for us? I do have you have something up here with cattle crossing.
The deadline is passed for receiving applications for the 3 positions we have, so we're going through those apps right now, and we'll try to set up interviews starting next week.
Had quite a few applicants.
Yes.
Anything else first? All right. I have a cattle pass agreement for access.
We got the final plans first on the agenda.
All right.
This is for the bridge down on 60th Street, east of town here. This is the final plans of the project. Will be let December 20th, 2016. We've got a estimate of our cost of $316,267.88.
I'm looking for the approval of final plans for bridge replacement project BROS-CO4285 8J42.
I will make the motion to approve the final plans for the bridge replacement project, BROS CO4285-8J-42.
Love that, don't you?
You could label it like one.
It's the DOT.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Now I have the approval of the cattle pass agreement for bridge number 16033.
That's one of the new bridges down on, there by Whitten that we're doing right now on the slabs. And it would just be better that we do cattle pass agreements from now on, saying if the property owner wants to use it, we'll let them do it, but this way we're not liable for any injuries or anything that happens
To the cattle.
It's, so,
Moving cattle over the bridge?
under.
Under the
Under
bridge.
the bridge?
Yeah, they'll fence to the bridge.
Okay,
And then the cattle can go, if they own both sides of the road.
okay.
Is there an issue with cars? Granted, they'd hit a creek if they went off the road anyway, but,
Yeah, no, it's,
okay.
Don't put any salt blocks underneath the bridge. I'll make a motion to approve the cattle pass agreement for bridge 16033.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Any other business? Hearing none, I can ask for adjournment.
I'll move to adjourn.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
get the shaker.